Here we are in Election Central, and the votes are pouring in. Unbelievable as it may seem, it looks like a landslide for Timmie Rogers. He's been sweeping the nation with a hard-hitting campaign, featuring such popular slogans as, "Face the space age with the man that's beige." "Vote for the man with the man-tan plan." And it's official. You can hear the cheer coming up. There it is now, ladies and gentlemen. Timmie Rogers has been elected President of the United States. And here he comes, surrounded by Secret Service men. He's approaching the microphone to make his victory statement. And here he is, the President-elect of the United States, Timmie Rogers.
My fellow Americans, on behalf of Mrs. Rogers and my family, welcome to the wonderful world of color. Oh, yeah!
And here we are on the streets of New York, where we are going to get the reaction of the man on the street to the election of Timmie Rogers, a Negro, to the office of President. There's a gentleman right here. Sir, what are your feelings on this?
Well, I think it's simply wonderful, but it's no surprise to me. You see, I head up a large corporation here in the North, and we have over 20,000 employees, fully integrated for years. As a matter of fact, we just doubled the number of our Negro personnel.
I see. And how many Negroes work for you now?
2. And the night watchman says they're the best janitors he's ever had.
Yeah, thank you. And here's a young woman. Madam, what do you think?
Well, I think that the towels washed with new blue tea are ever so much whiter than those washed with Brandeis.
No, madam. It's not that kind of an interview.
Oh, well, you should see my husband's grimy white clothes and the children's filthy white clothes. And there's no dirty backwash and no filth.
Madam.
And there's
madam, thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, pardon me, sir. Pardon me. Your opinion is very important. Tell me, please, as an American Negro, how do you feel about the election of Timmie Rogers?
I am most gratified. I believe that his election heralds a new era of enlightenment in America, which shall shine forth in this troubled world as a beacon light of brotherhood for all men without regard to race, creed, color, or place of national origin. Soon every man in this country can aspire to employment which is in keeping with his abilities. And now, sir, if you'll just lift the other trouser leg, I'll shine the other shoe.
I want to thank you all for attending my inaugural ball. And as a special treat this evening, I have asked America's foremost young poet to read his latest poem for us. Ladies and gentlemen, the Poet Laureate of the United States.
Oh, America, you will remember the night when I hit Liston with my right. He won't be champion anymore. I'll put that big bum down and vote.
No, Cassius Clay, that's the wrong poem.
Mr. President, my question is this, sir. Now that you, a Negro, have been elected president, do you feel the door to public office has been opened to other minority groups in the United States?
Well, I don't feel qualified to answer that. Why don't you ask the Vice President? He's right here on the stand with me.
Yes, very well. Mr. Vice President, do you feel the way is now open for other minority groups?
Myself, I wouldn't say. But altogether, there's a possibility it could happen. It's all right.
There it is, Mr. President. Whenever disaster threatens, you can get right through to them. A hotline to the enemy.
Good. I'll try it. Give me the phone. Hello, this is President Timmie Rogers.
This is the governor of Alabama.
Mr. President, now that you have won, would you tell us what you consider to be the turning point of your campaign?
Well, looking back now, I think the most important event in my whole campaign was the day I learned the secret of winning politics. You see, I went to this large advertising agency on Madison Avenue, and as I walked through the door...
How do you do, sir? How do you do? You are Mr. Timmie Rogers.
Oh, yeah!
Well, Mr. Rogers, it's a pleasure to tell you that our agency has agreed to handle the public relations for your campaign for the presidency. Now, before we get started, let's clear up a few little things. Now, according to our fact sheet, you are a Negro, aren't you?
Well, if I'm not, I'm the most misunderstood white man you ever seen.
Yes, well, Mr. Rogers, your color makes no difference to the agency, and personally speaking, some of my best friends are Negroes.
Well, mine too, man, mine too.
Yes, well, that's fine. Now, we here at the agency would like your view on certain questions, little details here. Now, for example, what does the American way of life offer to a Negro?
Danger, man, danger.
No. No, don't be negative. Now, why don't you tell me some of the advantages of being a Negro? Mr. Rogers?
I'm thinking.
Well, now, surely you can think of one advantage.
Well, you always feel young, because no matter how old you get, somebody's always calling you boy.
No, don't lose heart, boy. We here at the agency, we feel that you have a good chance to win, a very good chance. After all, you're one of the few Americans left who was actually born in a log cabin.
Yeah, and I'm still living in it. Now, what are your plans for getting me out of there?
Well, now, Mr. Rogers, if you want to win, you've got to handle any question at all that they throw at you. Now, can you do it?
Well, I'll just be honest and stick to the facts.
No, boy. We want to win.
Yeah, but my mother down in Louisiana told me never to lie.
Well, now, as long as she's down in Louisiana, don't worry about it. She can't vote anyway. I want to try and get a different approach here. Now, let's see now. You're on a television interview, and a reporter asks you this question. Mr. Rogers, do you think you can swing the South?
Yeah, that'll be a switch. They've been swinging us for years. Down there, when we say we know the ropes, we ain't kidding. Oh, no.
No, boy. You see, that answer would offend a powerful segment of our democracy.
What segment?
The bigots. Now, don't you want the bigots on your side?
Yeah, anything to get them off my back.
Well, now, wait a minute. I see your problem here. You haven't found the secret that puts a politician in the driver's seat. All these successful politicians in the country know that secret. Now, think how they handle questions. Try to answer the question the way they would do it. Now, here's what I want you to do. The question is, Mr. Rogers, what are you going to do about Cuba?
Well, I intend to think strongly about the Bill of Rights and our great Constitution, just like the founding fathers with the 4 freedoms and the good old red, white, and blue, as taught to me by my dear silver-haired old mother, who used to say, all men are created equal and don't give up the ship.
Now you're talking.
But I didn't say a doggone thing.
That's the secret.
Oh, yeah.
And so, Mr. President, as chairwoman of the Society for Prison Reform, we urge you to do something about the deplorable state of our nation's prisons.
Well, I think your group is going to be very happy with the man I have selected to be my new commissioner of federal prisons. Not only is he a great human being, he also knows the prison situation all over this country, inside and out.
Why, that's marvelous, Mr. President. I'd love to meet him.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. President?
Will you kindly send in Martin Luther King?
And here we are in front of the courthouse in Corn Pone County, where President Timmie Rogers, this county's most famous son, although they won't admit it, is waiting to cast his ballot in this congressional election. Now, there's one gentleman ahead of him. Let's move in our microphone and pick up this little bit of democracy in action.
Next! Well, how y'all, Jethro? You ready to take your literacy test?
Well, I'll have a go at it, Colonel.
All right. Just read what's on this here card.
It say, Dick and Jane run, see them run, they run after the bull.
That's bald. But Jethro, that's close enough. Now, I want you to go in there and you vote with the rest of the sharecroppers. You see, us quality folks vote later on to make sure things come out right. You going in there and vote like I told you. Next. Hold on a minute, you. Where do you think you're going?
As President of the United States, I'm going in to vote for the candidate of my choice, as is my right and duty.
Oh, not so fast. First, you got to prove you're able to vote by passing this here little old literacy test. What proves to us that you ain't no ignorant, un-American savage what talks the language poorly.
Colonel, you sure got a way with words.
Yeah.
I'll take that test.
Well, now, I can't give you the same test old Jethro took, because you might have overheard what he said. So, I want you to read this one here.
Oh, gladly. It says, the speed of gases is inversely proportional to the square root of their relative densities while passing through a membrane.
All right, so you read it. Now let's see you tell me what it means.
Well, I believe it has to do with the diffusion of gases.
You believe, but you're not sure.
Well, of course not. I'm not a chemical engineer.
That proves my point. You people just ain't ready yet. Next.
By way of the relay communication satellite, President Rogers will speak to the first American astronaut to set foot on the planet Mars.
Hello? Hello up there on planet Mars? Can you hear me, man?
Yes, sir, Mr. President. I'm standing right here on Mars with a representative of the Martian people. Now, he's a little green man with green wires coming out of his little green head. I think he wants to say something.
Well, I like to hear that. Go ahead, Mr. Mars Man. What did he say?
I'm running it through the translator. Oh, here it is. It says, you can stay here as long as you like, Earthman, but don't marry my sister.
Good night, Timmie, honey. You get some sleep now. You've been working awful hard.
Oh, yeah, honey. Oh, baby, this being president is a rough job. I got problems with the CIA, the SEC, the FCC, the AFL, CIO. Sometimes I think I was happier when the only initials I had to worry about was the KKK when I was down in Atlanta, GA with the WPA.
Stop that alphabet talk, honey, and go to sleep.
A-OK. Oh, there I go again.
Oh, I said, Timmie.
What? What's that? Huh? Somebody calling me?
I'm calling you, Timmie.
it's your great-great-grandfather calling to you from the brink of eternity, all the way across time and space.
You calling me from the brink of eternity?
Don't worry, Timmy. It's after 9 o'clock. The race is cheaper.
Well, don't kid me. How could my great-great-grandfather be talking to me?
Anything can happen in the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, but he's been dead for 150 years. You trying to tell me you are him?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you are him, all right. Well, tell me, great-great-grandfather, how do you like it up there?
Well, I'll tell you this, Timmy. It sure beats Birmingham. All the great people that ever lived in history are my neighbors. George Washington, Albert Einstein, William Shakespeare, Tom McCann.
Tom McCann? Well, what's he doing up there?
All God's children need shoes. Yes, all the great people is my friends, and they's all proud of you, my great-great-grandson, the president, especially old Abe Lincoln.
Oh, did you tell Mr. Lincoln all about me?
All except the part about you being in show business. You know he ain't too crazy about actors.
Oh, yeah. Well, great-great-granddaddy, I sure am glad things are so nice for you now. 'Cause they must have been miserable when you were down here.
I tell you, it was terrible. Nothing but picking cotton and getting whipped. I only had one master that never laid a hand on me.
Oh, good heart, huh?
No, bad eyes. He kept on missing me. And you, the great-great-grandson of a slave, is president of these United States. Why, with a little luck, you might become a legend in your own time.
Oh, no, Granddaddy. There's only room for one Richard Burton.
Well, I'm proud of you, son, but I got to get going now. The ball game is coming on television. The Yankees is playing Los Angeles.
Oh, the Yankees will kill them.
Oh, no. Up here, the Angels always win. Well, I'm going, son. Back across time and space. Back to the brink of eternity.
But, Granddaddy, what if I want to talk to you again? How can I reach you?
Just dial 555-1212. Area code 678. Infinity 389621.
Granddaddy!
Timmie, honey, wake up!
Huh?
You've been dreaming.
Oh, yeah. Honey, I was dreaming I talked to my great-great-grandfather. He's up in heaven with all the great people who ever lived. Granddaddy sure must have been glad to die.
What are you talking about? Why'd he be glad to die?
'Cause in those days, that was the only way to get into an unrestricted neighborhood. Now look here, CB. I gave you permission to make a Hollywood movie of my life, but you were taking too many liberties with the facts. First of all, I was not born in a penthouse on Park Avenue.
Take it easy, Mr. President. Sweetheart, they'll love it at the box office.
Well, you may be right there, but nobody is ever going to believe that I was an international polo champion.
Trust me, chickie baby. Look, sweetheart, the public will eat it up. Now, let's not quibble over details. I want you to meet the great actor that I signed up to play you in the picture. Come in, baby.
Well, Mr. President, this is a great pleasure. Judy, come how are you?
Wait. Say, how can he play me? He's not even colored.
Forget it. He's got to play you.
But why?
Because in this picture, sweetheart, your wife is Doris Day.
Now, gentlemen, I want complete agreement on this matter. All right with you, Prime Minister?
Jolly good. As representative of Her Majesty's British Empire, I wouldn't ordinarily go along with it, but since it's so important to you...
Good. Now, I appreciate that. What about you others?
Speaking for the Soviet Union, I feel we can grant your request in this matter. For once, we have a proposal on which we can unite without betraying our principles.
Oui, monsieur, of course. The people of France feel that we should align ourselves with you and make it unanimous.
Yes.
Yes.
And Mr. President, we await your pleasure.
All right, then. Let's do it. 1 and 2 and Joshua put the battle of Jericho and Jericho, woo, Jericho, woo. Joshua put the battle of Jericho and the wall come tumbling down. I'm home, First Lady. Here I am, honey.
Hello there, you sexy prexy. How'd everything go at the office?
Oh, honey, I had a rough day. The Russians wouldn't talk to me. The British wouldn't talk to me. Even Dick Gregory wouldn't talk to me.
Why wouldn't Dick Gregory talk to you?
Well, when I got elected, it killed his whole act. And honey, that Cold War is murder. Oh, they got fallout, poison gas, germ warfare, guided missiles.
Well, I got some good news for you, honey. Mama's here for a visit.
Oh, no! I'm going back to the Cold War. Honey, I'll stand up to the A-bomb, the H-bomb, but I can't take that 50-megaton mouth.
You shouldn't talk that way about my mama, Timmy. You know she don't mean them terrible things she says about you.
Well, then why is she saying on Meet the Press? Boy, I'd like to put your mother on a new 5-cent stamp.
Oh, Mama would be thrilled, honey.
So would I. I'd do anything to see that face canceled out. No matter what I do, it's not good enough for your mother.
Don't talk foolish, Timmy. Since you became president, Mama's changed her attitude. Oh, here comes Mama. Doesn't she look like a celebrity?
Yeah, Smokey the Bear.
Hello, Mama, dear.
Well. I see that bum finally showed up.
Now, Mama, you can't talk to me like that. I am the President of the United States.
Yeah, another one of your temporary jobs. In 4 years, you'll be back on the street again.
Mama, please, this is the White House.
And I ain't too crazy about that name either. What kind of joint is this? I was trying to clean some papers on that bum's messy desk when 3 guys jumped me.
Mama, they're with the FBI.
They sure are FBI now. Fractured, broke, and injured.
Now, Mama, that's enough of that. I demand respect. Remember, over 180 million Americans put me here to look after their welfare.
Well, they sure picked the right man, 'cause you've been on welfare all your life.
No, Mama, Timmy's right. Thanks to him, I'm the first lady of the land.
Oh, yeah! And look at how we're living. We're eating on Dolly Madison's China plates. We got Abraham Lincoln's bed, Thomas Jefferson's desk, and Teddy Roosevelt's easy chair. So you see, Mama, things are really different now.
I don't see nothing different. Secondhand furniture and nothing you can call your own.
Oh, Mama! Now don't move a muscle. Just a little ways to go. Hold it. Yeah, that's the CIA man in the presidential helicopter. Yeah, that'll throw him off our trail. Now, as soon as they pass us by, we'll take off down the alley, over the fence, across the yard, and into the building. And just remember, stay away from the main streets. Ready? Let's go! Well, we made it. You all right?
Yes,
Daddy.
Good. But from now on, your mother's gonna take you to school.
Mr. President, the ambassador from the new nation of South Chaos is here to apply for a loan.
South Chaos wants a loan? That's fast work. We just recognized them this morning. Okay, send them in.
You may go in, Mr. Ambassador.
I'm pleased to meet you, Mr. Ambassador.
So good to see you, old chap.
Old chap? Where'd you learn to talk like that?
At college in Oxford.
Oxford? Now, how did you get into the University of Mississippi?
Mississippi? Isn't that a state?
Yeah, a state of shock. Now, what's your problem?
Mr. President, my country would like a small loan. $80 million.
Well, what do you want our money for? I hear the Prime Minister of your country already has $300 million in the National Treasury.
Yes, but that's his. You see, we need the 80 million to take my country into the 20th century.
Well, now, what about if I just give you 40 million and you just take him into the 18th?
The 18th century wouldn't be good enough for us.
Man, if it's good enough for Senator Goldwater, it's good enough for you. And besides, we can't afford it right now. Why don't you try household finance?
Who do you think sent me here? Mr. President, I say we deserve this consideration because we are completely neutral in the Cold War.
Yeah, neutral. I saw your flag, a red, white, and blue hammer and sickle. If I don't give you the money, you probably will go right to the Russians.
Who do you think sent me to the household finance? President Rogers, we must have the money right now because our creditors are hounding us. We owe them for our homes, our furniture, our food. We even owe them for the clothes on our backs.
Man, now I understand your problem. Now, I don't know if I can get Congress to give you the money, but I can help you out with some financial advice based on my personal economic philosophy, which has always saved me in times of monetary distress.
Tell me, Mr. President, what is the economic philosophy that can save my country?
Daddy, when the man comes, hide.
Well, that is. What'd you think of that, Big Press, Daddy?
Crazy, Diz, crazy, real crazy. But I don't think it's quite right for the new national anthem.
Yes, Chief. This is General Drake.
General, I'm putting you in charge of the official welcoming committee for the coming visitor. He's been very busy in Europe and Asia, and this is his first trip to America in a long time. So I want you to give him a real American welcome. You know, brass bands, red carpet, the works. And make sure you spell his name right on the welcome signs.
Yes, Mr. President. I'll check the spelling right now. General Drake here. Hello. Library of Congress. Yeah, how many L's in Adam Clayton Powell?
Mr. President, the Secretary of Defense wants to...
I can't see him now.
Well then, sir, the Joint Chiefs of Staff have...
Cancel it, hold all my calls, and send her in.
But, Mr. President...
Hurry up and send her in. She is the last hope.
Right this way.
All right, now, this is it. Now, in a minute, I'm going to go out there in front of all of them, and they're all going to be watching me, waiting for me to make a mistake. The Russians, the French, even the Red Chinese, and I can't afford to slip up. Now, let's go over it again.
Very well. Now, the salad fork goes on the left. Yeah. Now, the soup spoon is on the right.
Won't you sit down, Senator Bulbo? Take any chair.
Yeah, thank you, President. Now, the first thing I gotta say is that any misunderstanding we had with you people down in my home state, and the rest of the South for that matter, might have been uncomfortable, but it never was a matter of dog eat dog.
No, it was more a matter of dog eat freedom rider.
Yeah. Mr. President, you people got a great sense of humor.
Yeah, and don't forget our sense of rhythm.
Even so. Yes, whatever you say. Now, I know that in the past you probably thought of me as an enemy because I pretended to be against integration and voting and citizenship and equal rights and human decency and all that communist propaganda. You see, I had to pretend that to please my constituency. But all the time I was pretending to be your enemy, I was really your friend. I fooled lots of folks with that act of mine. Yes, I bet I even fooled you.
Yeah, you sure did. I don't know what fooled me more, the shotgun you were carrying or the sheet you were wearing. Now, why did you want to see me, Senator?
Mr. President, my glorious state is suffering a complete depression. Business is moving out, the boll weevils, they ate the cotton crop. And nobody, I said nobody, not even Republicans have a job. Why, things are so bad we even got to import Japanese mint juleps. I can't say that. Now, only you can save us, Mr. President. We got to have $100 million immediately.
I can't let you have all that, Senator. You people aren't ready for it.
Ain't ready?
Oh, no!
Well, now, how much do we have to suffer before we're ready? My people want it here and now.
No, Senator. We got to do these things gradually. Otherwise, we might upset our traditional way of life.
Yes, but we ain't second-class citizens. We got a right to live. You got to help us under the Constitution.
Okay, Senator, I'll give you the money, but over a 30-year period.
Well, that's only token compensation.
Oh, no, Senator. You'll get those payments just the way you like things. Each one separate but equal.
Boy, you're killing me in my state. All that talk about us not being ready, going gradually on account of your traditional way of life. Where did you ever pick up all that hogwash?
From you, Senator.
Well, shut my mouth.
Oh, yeah! Every administration has had its own sound. The sound of the Truman administration was... The sound of the Eisenhower administration was... Nothing much happened around there. The sound of the Kennedy administration was everybody into the pool. The sound of my administration is this.
What's that?
That's the sound of the 10-string tipple.
The tipple?
Oh yeah!
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 Harry Truman played the piano just for kicks, and Ike went to the golf course to get his licks, and Kennedy went rocking in a rocking chair. But I'll go rocking everywhere. I'm gonna rock it and sock it on the White House lawn, and rock with the generals at the Pentagon, and rock with the rockets on the launching pad. I'm gonna rock like mad. Oh yeah! I'm gonna rock with the Senate and the House of Reps, and rock it with the judges on the courthouse steps. Oh yeah!
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 Oh yeah! And Mr. Washington, he made a farewell speech, and Mr. Jefferson, how he loved to teach. Calvin Coolidge didn't do one doggone thing, but I'm here, brother, and I'm gonna swing. I'm gonna swing it with the Migos down in Mexico, and swing it in Indiana where the corn crops grow, and swinging through the skies in the super jets. I'll even try swinging with the New York Mets. I get the country moving and the grooving. Oh yeah! Oh yeah!